So Pulsechain has higher throughput, better security, lower environmental impact to the point of nearly none. Is a newer coin with more features, is faster than Bitcoin, but Bitcoin has an $800 billion market cap. Pulsechain doesn't. Why? Well, we're new. We're on the way, right? Things will get better, in my opinion. So, like, oh, and for you listening, is that a forward-looking price statement? Nope, not a forward-looking price statement, not financial advice. So we've got a wonderful network. We've got wonderful features. We've got wonderful airdrop. There's, you can do lending on the Pulsechain network. There's projects that let you borrow coins. There's projects that there's stable coins on Pulsechain. There's all types of stuff people have launched on Pulsechain. Guys, the network is good. Works great. Oh, and the bridge is free too. Somebody set the bridge to 0 fee so that using the bridge has no fee, both directions. So if you go to bridge.pulsechain.com, there's no fees currently. In, out, either way, no fees. Now you're going to pay a fee on the Ethereum network. Nothing you can do about that. That's Ethereum's side, right? So you got a great network and you got a ton of free coins. And it's been worked flawlessly for 7 months. Go make it great, guys. Launch stuff on it, use it, build fiat on-ramps, make a money transmitter in your state, make a licensed money transmitter in your state, and you can, make the community better. Like,
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another day on Pulsechain. And of course, we're going to be talking about Mafia family. That's coming up. Going to be having the upgrade on Tuesday, so we're going to be able to see all the Mafia setups, and people are going to be able to set up their Mafia families. Of course, we're tracking that. That's one of Jacob's ecosystems projects there on BNB, and of course, one of our top Pulsechain devs. We're going to get into talk about Dog on Bitcoin as well. If you're looking for that super meme for this bull market, surely Dog has got to be it. And of course, we're also going to look at good news around the Eros refund. So that's kind of cool. Not too often you get refunds in crypto for something that when one of the team goes rogue. Yeah, cool, good stuff, good news. What else? Let's get into it. We've got Lives Beneath the House. How are you today? Very good. A little bit rainy outside, but the weather's not too bad for winter. We've got Hex, PLS, PLXX, incentive for the win, 100%, the golden crypto strategy. That is the matchy golden strategy on this channel. Just keep accumulating. That's the old adage, I guess. While we wait for that big magic cup, ride the boom out. We got Wookie in the house there. Let's saddle up. Or is that shadow up? I'm not sure what that means, but good to see Wookie in the house. He is from another galaxy, so we have to kind of interpret from our galaxy what he's talking about. That's the kind of the play. All right, let's get into it without further ado. Hope you guys like this cool BNB Mafia picture at the back. It's the vault. It is accumulating BNB. We're going to check that out later on. It is going to be fun. As you guys know, we're co-hosting a Mafia family called the Syndicate inside our Discord. And, of course, Archie is the godfather, one of our cool moderators, and, of course, one of the probably the most knowledgeable about Jacob's ecosystem projects. So I think we're in pretty good hands there. So very, very cool. That's also split between Telegram and Hex Token Discord, so it's pretty neat. All right, let's get into it. Should we find out where we're going? Are we going somewhere? Here we go. Let's get into the markets. No stock market, of course. We're still what, Sunday in the US, but it is Monday here down under. And of course, let's have a look at the charts there. So we got Bitcoin at the moment at $68,505, down 1.2, let's say 1.25%. What's the Bitcoin dominance? It is currently 51.65%, so it's down on a slightly lower side there. What we've seen recently, we got up to 53% Bitcoin dominance, so that's changed quite a bit. We've got ETH at the moment being the standout after the ETH ETFs, up 1.9% at $3,825. So ETH is looking very strong there. Now the Gwei's been particularly low, of course, over the weekend. So we'll see how that goes in terms of usability or utilization is probably the better word on the ETH chain there. But at the moment, the price of ETH are looking pretty strong there. What else is looking pretty interesting? Pretty mixed across the board. Pepe is the standout, as you can see amongst the memes. up 7% there. Quadruple 016. So Pepe looking pretty strong there amongst the memes. The other Dodge and Shib are both down. So there we go. And of course, I don't know if we covered it, but the Dodge dog passed away. What's his name? Korazovos or something like that, some sort of name there, but he passed away. So rip for the dog of Dodge. I think even Elon Musk posted about it, which is pretty cool. Let me know in the chat there if you remember what the dog's name was, so that we give full respect there. I just couldn't remember it off the top of my head. We've got BDC at the moment on Coinbase, 68,488. So we're above this 50-day moving average in yellow, and 50-day is now at 65,161. Isn't that cool? So really good there on the 50-day. 200-day moving average is ticking up as well, 54,881. And we're looking pretty strong here since the Bitcoin halving. So how many days is that? Let's count them out. We're currently about 36 days after the Bitcoin halving. So typically we have a little bit of volatility based on previous halvings, but at the moment this is looking very strong indeed. So exciting times. Now, of course, not with the Bitcoin halving that we had back here. We also have we had the Runes protocol launch, right? So the Runes protocol has been doing very well. I think it's worth about $1.5 billion at the moment, so it's still early days. But you're basically going to get NFTs and tokens, including particularly meme tokens, on the Bitcoin for the first bull market. Isn't that cool? So what's going to happen? The most valuable chain, and of course on the collections here on Magic Eden, we've got collections. We've got basically the ordinals or NFTs. You can see the leaders at the moment: Bitcoin puppets, Bitcoin frogs, node monks, ordinal maxis, runestone number 5. And you can see the prices of the Bitcoin there. Now, this is listed by volume, 24-hour volume, ticking away there at the moment. So those are kind of leaders. And we've been keeping tabs on those, so the ordinal collections or NFTs. But we're particularly looking at the meme coins, right? Kind of like the ERC20s or the PRC20 equivalents. And here we got the top ones there: Fihu, Dog Go to the Moon, Ryzik, and Pups, and a BAMP. What's that? BAMP of a Nakamoto dollar. Those are the top 5 there. We've got quite a few big teams actually following in behind there, as you can see as well. Now, Dog Go to the Moon is the one that we're kind of backing for the big win. And of course, it's managed to make several exchanges. I think 7 or 8 excuse me, I was going to sneeze there for a second. 7 or 8 medium-sized exchanges. And of course, we're looking for the top tier, top 10, maybe top 15. And we've got many on the list that look like they could be imminently about to launch Dog. Now, once that happens, list Dog. Once it happens, man, it's going to be absolutely carnage with that price. It's going to be pretty amazing stuff that you've seen before with maybe Dodge and Pepe. We could see some of those vertical pumps on the old Dog coin, so on Bitcoin. So they obviously Dog wants to be the biggest meme coin in the world, or the most valuable chain in the world, and obviously led by Leonidas. Who's doing a great job with that leadership. Now, looking pretty good at the moment. We can see that at the moment it's around about 6.2. Let's just refresh that while we're here. Around about 6.217 sats at the moment, which is equivalent to just over 4/10 of a penny, about 41/100th of a penny there, ticking away at the moment. So those are batches. You can either buy them on decentralized exchanges like Magic Eden or Unisat, or you can go to one of the centralized exchanges and like Gate.io. And you can see the chart here. This is the chart on Gate.io so far. And you can see it's forming a bit of a cup and looks like a bit of a handle maybe. Who knows? But there we go. Looking very bullish indeed. Man, we get some of those. We've got good TA. We get some of those exchanges, top 10, maybe a Binance or Qcoin of the world. And, man, this thing can really start to fly, right? Really start to fly. So that's doing pretty well. Now, let me just give you the Magic Eden link in the chat there if you want to go check it out. Let's go for gold. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend, by the way. We've got Archie in the house. Hi, all. Good to see you, Archie. Welcome to the chat there. The Godfather, indeed. We've got the Magic Eden there. That is the link to the site if you want to go and pick up some Dog or some of the other top runes, as they call them. They're basically meme coins or project coins. Some of them have got some mining projects and other things in there. We've got Craig Pitt in the house as well. Good morning, all. Good to see you, Craig. Hope you're doing well. And we got Brennan as well. Morning, Sweet Man and family. Hey, Brennan. Hope you're having a good weekend too. Or Monday now. Monday for you too. All right, so that is looking pretty good on the old runes, and the chart looking pretty good. So we're excited about that. We could, like I say, it could be imminent before we get top 10 listing. And we've had Binance writing about runes protocol, and of course using dog as an illustration. And so it's teasing us that, man, once it gets on some of those top 10s, it could run away, right? Run away. We'll see some big vertical green candles here. It's gonna be fun. All right, so that is a dog on Bitcoin, on runes. Let's say a dog on runes on Bitcoin. How about that? That's a good way of talking about it. Ethereum at the moment, man, looking super strong now. Was always lagging behind Bitcoin, but now is looking really strong. And the 50-day moving average was it's basically $3,300 for the 50-day, and $2,878 for the 50-day. The 200-day in blue. And now we can see we've got a really bullish move here at the moment. So Ethereum looking very good indeed. So TikTok, it's time to rock. All right. So that is, I thought I'd bring up BNB chain today, since we're going to be talking about Mafia. So we're going to talk about Mafia family. And so we're going to talk about Binance, BNB coin. And look at this chart. Pretty interesting, eh? Well, it's riding up the 50-day moving average, which is now $578. And it's currently at $600 at the moment. So yeah, nice move above 636 would be a real breakout there. So looking good on the old BNB. And of course, as the BNB price goes up, so will the BNB vaults on Mafia. So Mafia obviously is a GameFi project on BNB. May have some relationship to Pulsechain in the future. We'll see how that goes. So keep a lookout for that. But that is looking pretty good. So here we are on Mafia site. Let me do a refresh. Let's get the latest and greatest on a BNB Mafia. There is a 4.7% buy tax. So if you're going to buy Mafia token, and there's a 16.6% sell tax. And though all that taxes go into the vault, and of course the vault will be controlled by the top 5 families to some degree. We don't know the allocation of that. It's yet to be known, but we may find out on Tuesday when the family upgrade happens. So at the moment you can, they've had the profile upgrade. Basically you can get your gamer profile. So you can do that now, but we're waiting for the family upgrade, and people have to register their Mafia families. And it's not cheap, and it might be in the future. You might find that it's going to be very expensive. Like, it's kind of cheap at the moment, at least it was before we had the price bump, but it's getting more expensive by the day. That's probably a better way to put it. And at the moment, it's 1 million Mafia you need, 1 million Mafia. So at the moment, that'd be about $1,400 US dollars at the moment to register a Mafia family. And of course, you get your Mafia family inside that. So we fortunately are very early on that. And so that puts us in a good footing straight off the bat. We already have our hierarchy team, and of course this is led by Archie, our godfather, and of course Archie's in the chat at the moment. So pretty exciting. And yeah, we already have the I guess what do you call it, the head of the snake in the Mafia family. It's all set up. We have quite a few members. I think last chat time, I haven't checked, but Archie can let me know in the chat. But I think we had 19 members, and climbing. A lot of interest is coming in. So yeah, it could be the place to be, and of course getting a share of that vault. Now we haven't obviously up to Archie finding he's the godfather, but we haven't got into decisions about that. We've obviously still got to play the game, play well, and all that good stuff. At the moment, you can see some of the latest characters that have been set up. These are some of the latest members of the Mafia community, and of course they'll be fighting each other for the big vault. And at the moment, you can see the vault is now at 53.6 BNB. So as I said, we're around $600 per BNB at the moment. So the higher price that goes up in the bull market, the higher the price or US dollar value of this BNB vault's going to be. The vault at the moment is 32,149. So it's starting to climb. We know that Jacob, the founder of this project, is talking about he wants this to be something like 500 BNB. So that's going to be huge, right? So we could have $150,000 in this vault and climbing, right? And 10% of that vault's going to be allocated to the Mafia families who are dominating the vault. So there's going to be a lot of battles and Mafia wars and all sorts of stuff like that. It's going to be a bit of fun. And 10%, so it's going to be allocated. So the top family obviously will get probably allocated more, etc., down through the family number 5. So if that holds up for the Mafia family, it's going to be pretty amazing. And all the taxes go into there. Now, there's going to be a lot of in-game tokens we expect, and market trading and things like that. So it's going to be a lot of real cool features in this game. There's going to be a lot of cool assets. So not everyone will be after the vault, but everyone also will be after trying to get some of the key assets in the game. Could be whether it's a club or a casino, it's going to be a lot of fun, and those could all earn revenue too, right? So it really starts to get a bigger game there, and the more people, the merrier, right? That's kind of the play. So far, pretty exciting. Now, some of the updates we're expecting for the game upgrade on Tuesday. So we're expecting on Tuesday, the 28th of May, is that the update will be extensive, and it's going to be a lot of cool. They've added a lot of cool features into it, so look forward to that. So what you'll be able to do, you'll be able to create families. Obviously, we're going to have our family. Archie is in your case. We're going to be able to join families. We're going to be able to stake Mafia. So that's a new feature. So that could be particularly bullish for the price of Mafia, right? So here's the price of Mafia at the moment. We can see that it's already, this is on the new contract, of course. New contract ends in 4111. We've seen obviously a breakout to the upside, went up to 1800th of a penny, came back a bit down to the 61.8, and it got down to about 1200th of a penny, and now is at 1400th of a penny. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see where this price goes. It could do some magical things. We will see. I'm very excited about where this could go. So that is kind of the play on the chart at the moment. Now, some of the things you're going to be able to stake your Mafia, that's going to get a lot of supply off the market. So that's going to be really fascinating to see. And of course, that will probably help Mafia families as well. So there's kind of a double incentive to do that. You'll be able to manage your family, of course, if you're running the family. There's going to be profile leaderboards, so that's going to be pretty cool. At the moment, we can see, some of the profiles here at the moment, but there's going to be a profile leaderboard. So you're going to see who's the strongest players, who's the richest, and all that sort of stuff. You can go hunt them down if you want to try and win their assets or something like that. If you do successfully manage to knock them off, so to speak. What else do we got? We're going to have family leaderboards as well. So who's the biggest, strongest families? That's pretty cool. We're obviously targeting to be number one. I think that's fair enough. It's not Archie, if Archie's still there. I think it's fair enough. So that's going to be pretty cool. There's going to be an in-game chat system, which I think is going to be bullish. I really look forward to that. Hopefully, it's going to be quite a nice little format for that. And of course, public family pages with customable graphics. There's going to be that. People will have family, what do they call it? Signatures or what do they call it when you have a coat of arms, like a coat of arms, like that. We're going to have a full role system to manage who can do the what's inside families. That means invite members, access the bank, kick members, manage promotion money. Managed promotion money could be really, really cool. There's going to be many categories for that, and so you look out for that. Could be a good way of making money as well within the game, as maybe some families promote, ask you to go out and do a hit job or something like that. So there's going to be lots of cool things like that, working on behalf of the family. There's going to be branding, etc., etc. The other thing is, of course, there's going to be dynamic live vault payment estimates per user. So if you're in a family, that's going to be really cool. So the allocation of this vault will show up, and you'll see your earning. Could be a weekly earnings that you have just by playing the game. And this is what we love. This is where crypto is really the gold in this monetizing games, right? So I'm very excited about that element. It's going to be an invite system and a notification system. So that's pretty cool. So it's going to be a pretty awesome update. Very, very big update. So we're looking for that on Tuesday. So get excited as well. So they say it's the most complicated update they've ever done out of any of the Jacobs projects. So good times. And the reason why they're stepping it up, because it has that complexity. And this is stuff we haven't seen on crypto before, right? So this is frontier in DeFi and GameFi. So very, very excited about where that's heading. So that's for Tuesday. This is all in the lead up for the main game launch, right? So stay tuned for that. That's going to be pretty fun. All right, so that is the BNB Mafia. Let me post this in the chat there. And of course, if you want to get into the family, you can apply. Now, not necessarily everyone will be accepted. It's really up to Archie and the leadership there to decide who gets in. But we're pretty. If we're familiar with you, then good chance that you will get in. If you've been a regular, for example, stuff like that. All right, so that is the BNB Mafia. Now, to get a profile is relatively cheap. It's 2,000 Mafia tokens, so that's not too expensive at the moment. So you can still get that. And it's better to get it now before the price starts really going up, right? Because it's going to cost more and more. But yeah, anyway, so 2,000. And you just have to connect your wallet and then have 2,000 Mafia, and then you can, a little bit of BNB for the network fee, and you will get to be able to name your own Mafia character, just like you see these ones down here. Here's Eddie the Knife. Here's Dolly as well, Bugsy. So you can get and you'll get randomly assigned one of up to 1,200 avatars. So there's 1,200 avatars. You'll get randomly assigned one of these for your game player. That's pretty easy to do. That's you basically set up, and then you can hunt. If you want to, you can play solo, or you can try and hunt down a family and try and join a family, which is obviously big families. Now, how big will a Mafia families get? Well, they might get quite big. So we'll see how we're going. We're already up to a pretty good number. So kind of cool. Now, before I move on for that, that is the chart there. Let's check it up in the chat here, see if we've got any more comments about the Mafia before I move on. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a good time with it. What else here we got? Archie says, anyone named Wookie is immediately disqualified. I think that's a fair call there, Archie. I think that's a fair call. Could check Gary Network once, buddy. Says disclosure. I'm not sure what you're talking about, the network. Let us know. Now we've got Wookie in the house as well. The Wookie will show you the way to come on, man, says Wookie. We'll see. We'll see. What's Archie says a Sicario Wookie. Boy, that'd be pretty cool if he plays that well. If he plays that well, we'll be very happy. We got Brian in the house there. Brian's on the road. Woohoo! Sup, folks, checking in from the road. So Brian's on a massive road trip. So big shout out to Brian. Glad to see you on the road. And I hope you have a beer for me. Have a beer for me. That'd be pretty cool. So big shout out. Maybe even take some pictures of some cool milestones on the way there, Brian, and you can post them in our non-crypto chat. That'd be cool. We wish you a safe journey there, and definitely pray for your protection there too on the road. So take care, Brian. Archie says the vault will hit 500 BNB quickly, says Archie. Woo! You got to get excited. 150,000 in that vault. That'd be pretty badass and climbing. Pretty exciting. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a good time with it. All right, very nice. All right, so that's pretty much it on that one. Let's jump into the Pulsechain. So we've covered Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. Brian says, yes, sir, on the beer. Nice one. Cheers, as we say. Cheers. All right, let's get into it. We got Pulsechain day 380. We got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0506, down 1.5%. So still the accumulation zone at a pretty critical level there from a chart point of view, just over the 5,000. We're at 51% of the mean sacrifice price, so a lot of potential upside for them there. Pulse X at the moment, quadruple 0218, down 2.76%, just under 22% of the mean sacrifice price, so huge upside potential for Pulse X. The buy and burn continues on its march. 872.6 billion Pulse X has been bought up and burned, so that's going very nicely. 4.3% of total public supply is gone forever and ever. All right, so incentive token there at $2.71. It's down 4.5%, but the ratio is still holding out pretty strong, 53,635, so doing pretty well there. And the amount of tokens in existence is 32,722,000 incentive tokens. And of course, they are emitted from the Pulsex V1 farm, so it's pretty cool. In fact, I might tomorrow pull up the Pulsex farms. We'll have another look at the yield. Like to drop in and check what the yield's like every so often. I know I checked yesterday evening. I think it was very good. So the yields on Pulsex are very nice at the moment, and have been for some time, since the beginning of Pulsechain really. Hex there is at 6700th of a penny, so just below 7/10 of a penny, down 2.77%. EHEX there holding up relatively well versus Hex on Pulsechain at 1800th of a penny, so that's been pretty solid. And of course, the combined price EHEX and PX is at 8700th of a penny at the moment. So very nice accumulation zone for Hex. Day 380, folks. Let's get into it. Let's go to the charts. Let's have a look at the daily. The RSI really skimming along the oversold territory. 31 has been there for some time. So we've got a lot of chance for a big upside eventually. As we're sort of trying to defend that 5,000 line. Very critical defending line here at 5,000. Very critical. Indeed. So that's kind of the main play. Let's see how we go. And of course, let's go to the Pulsex as well on the daily, down at 37 on the RSI, and we're at 2,176. So 2,000 being very critical light level. We're already really underneath, I would say, underneath this previous resistance. So really now we're at 2,000, right? 2,000 is kind of that round number that we want to protect at the moment on Pulsex, but pretty oversold there. Let's go to the weekly actually on Pulsex. Quickly look at that. we can see that the RSI is currently down at 38 at the moment. So there we go. But as long as I think we can stay kind of in this range above that 2000, that bodes well for a bullish upside there. Let's go to incentive token. Let's have a look at the ratio here on incentive token. So we're at 53,638. Still looking really good as the old incentive token. Look at that. Very, very nice indeed. Got a slight little uptrend there too. So yeah, and slightly higher highs. So it's just going to break out soon. Certainly will be helped if Pulsechain decide to do a rebound. Incentive token will go boop, to the moon. All right, so that's kind of cool. PHEX, as we say, really at the bottom of the accumulation range. So what a wonderful place to pick up lots of volume of HEX at the moment. Nothing else more we can say about that. EHEX is doing pretty well, moving sideways pretty much. 1800, 1700, 1800 for penny. And of course, plenty of room to the BankX wall as well at 0.7 of a penny. So looking pretty good. And on the combined charts of EHEX and PHEX on investex.io, we can see that we're pretty much a beautiful spot to pick up lots of volume of HEX at the moment at 8,700 for a penny. Nothing much else we can say about that. That leads us into some of the gas prices. Have a quick look at that. 362,000 beats, so we're actually on the lower side. Of course, it is coming off the weekend there for the US, so Sunday. And Pulsechain at the moment, 0.7 of a penny. Pulse coin transfer at the moment is 0.04 of a penny, and a PRC20 transfer 0.1 of a penny at the moment. So very cheap to do business, and of course fast on the old Pulsechain. You don't get the chain doesn't shut down suddenly, which is kind of cool on Pulsechain. We've got a very reliable chain, so kind of cool. It's basically Ethereum battle hardened, isn't it? So there we go. We've got a 4 Gwei at the moment on Ethereum, and we're still 836 times cheaper. So I love that. So good, and much cheaper to do a swap, as we can see on this comparison chart here between Ethereum and Pulsechain. And that leads us into validators. Let's see our validators. Pulsechain is full DeFi, so fully decentralized chain. 48,809 validators. That is a ton of validators. And we've got 1.56 trillion off the market at the moment, which has been pretty stable for about a week now. Now, if you want to get a validator, you can try and go through validatorstore.com. It's run by David Feder. And they've done 69% of active validators have gone through there. So pretty cool. And they're almost at 1 million validated blocks. Isn't that incredible? So validatorstore.com, good place to buy some hardware. It's a win-win there. David Feder, they're a well-respected community member. All right, let's go into the bridge. We're 110.6 billion. No, I'm just kidding. 110.6 million. No, I wasn't kidding. I just got it wrong. I used billions instead of millions. Shame, sad. All right, 110.6 million is what's been on bridge. That's pretty stable. We've had that the last couple of days, right? So we're slightly up from yesterday, from what I can tell. Yeah, we're at 31.13 million died there at the moment, so doing pretty well. Stable coins, and that is pretty much it for the day of day 381. It's just started. So that was day 380. Day 381 has just started, and we'll see where we go from here, right? Maybe a year and a month is the opportunity, and then we start moving up to the upside. That is kind of some of the expectation, maybe. All right, let's go into the chat, see what else we got going. Who else is here? Never fear. Archie says the vault will hit 500. I just love that line. That's maybe the line of the day. It's going to compete with this one. Yes, sir, on the beer. Yeah. And Wiki says, keep on rolling. Indeed. Brian's mag wheel is on the road. I'm sure. We look forward to some pictures, Brian. Come on, Brian. We look forward to some pictures. I know it's going to be quite the adventure. All right, let's get back into it. We're going to look at some of the other markets on Pulsechain. Let's look at the Hex derivatives at the moment. Anything up green? Well, Maxi, the big giant whale. There's going to be 2 big whales out in the future for Hex, and that's going to be the Hex Gold Whale and Maxi. And of course, that's up 0.5% at the moment. So yeah, just nice to accumulate. If you want a long-term position in Hex, that might be definitely something to consider. Is the old Maxi getting in there nice and cheap? So just think about that. Base at the moment, the 12 month is the second base contract, isn't it? Revolution. Every 12 months it recharges itself, as so to speak, and they have a redemption process and an issuance process, and that is up a little bit as well. So not too bad. They're both higher than than the actual Hex price, aren't they? So that's got that premium, probably undervalued too. But time is that distance to actual fruition, isn't it, of the yield being captured. So, but there is a ton of yield in that Maximus contract for Hex. All right, that leads us on into stablecoins. We got PXDC at the moment is doing pretty well. It's just under $1, almost perfectly pegged. Coast is at 93 cents. So Coast is recovering. That's nice to see. And PDI at the moment is below 4/10 of a penny. 39, just below 4/10 of a penny at the moment for PDI. Let's have a look at that chart on PDI. As you guys know, it's going to be fun to see this play out. As pretty much once it broke that upward channel to get to 1 cent. Let's do full screen on this thing. You can see that's a 1 cent mark, right? The orange line. It got pretty close back here on the 6th of April. Got to 90, just below 92/100th of a penny, but then broke down here in the end of April, and it's going to take a longer road to get to 1 cent. That's what we said back then. Once we broke that, it's going to take a longer road, and at the moment it's coming down just below 4/10 of a penny, which is kind of back here, isn't it? In April, early April. So we'll keep a lookout for that. It's going to have another attempt, no doubt, to try and get to that 1 cent. Fun times, and of course, if you're into the maker theory, curve balance and all the associations. Could be a lot of fun. A troper. I mean, it's all in there, folks. We'll keep a lookout for that. Takes time, some of these things, to make a fine wine. Right, let's jump over to the influencer coins and see how we're going there. Well, we got Steve Hitson, which was actually, I think, was the worst performer yesterday. Is actually the only one performing at the top here. 2.7% gain today. Paul Pleb from Hexy Bastard at 1.85%. Solid X from Randy's millionaire friend. 1.27% there, and more token there for Trayvon, etching out a slight increase there at 20 cents. Boy, that's come down a lot, isn't it? The old more token from Trayvon. Look at that. Woo! Hot dog and a dog. Used to be up 86 cents at the top there, and it's currently 20 cents here on Pulsechain. That's pretty much it. The worst performers at the moment, Ben, V1 Ben copy. That's a Pulsechain copy. Bromance is the other Ben Armstrong one. They're down 2.3% as well. Maybe he needs to give it a bit more love on his daily updates. Maybe that's what he needs to do. That is the play at the moment. Now, Randy's Lasky's token is down 1.4% at the moment, but still holding up pretty well. Just under 43/100th of a penny is the old note there from Randy Lasky. So check him out on his channel. He live streams regularly, of course, is one of our bigger Pulsechain influencers. All right, let's jump over to the overall charts for Pulsechain. Let's go see where we are. Where are we? Hunt for the Red October. Red October is what? Hunt for Red May. Is it Red May? 11.3 million volume. Woo! Boy, that's really at the bottom end. Normally on the weekends, like a Sunday, it'd be like 10 million. It's kind of the bottom end. We're at 11.3 million. The transactions at the moment, 227,000. And that's not too bad, I guess, for a Sunday. But yeah, the volume's there down pretty low there. Now, how much is Pulsex? Pulsex is 8.6 million of that, and 9mm is 1.2 million. 9-inch is just under 1 million, and SparkSwap 323. That's kind of the breakdown of that all Dex's number, which is 11.3. Let's have a quick look at the leaders there. We got LUSD up 52% today. Orange Man Good up 23%. Pig GIF is on the back ascendancy again, 22%, along with its friend GIF there up 22%. So that's on the back on the rise. Baby Shark there up 5.7%. Love.io. That's one of the first community sites, right? I haven't actually seen much on it. Have you guys? Let me know if you play around on Love.io, but it's up to 4% there. I'm not exact. That was supposed to be one of our big community platforms, but I really have not done much on there at all. And I know they took a while to launch or something, but yeah, we probably should check that out at some stage. Should we have a look now? Let's have a look now while we're talking about it so much. That's on the weekly. Let's go to the daily. There's the daily chart for Love.io. I know that they did quite a lot of stuff at like Pulsechain conferences and things like that. But let's have a look at the Twitter handle first and see whether they've got many followings there. 4,800 followings, so not too bad. They got a recent update lately, 27th of April. So a little bit there. Looks like the team, is it? Team? Anyway, yeah, there we are. And Anders on Johnson there. They went to Dubai. Remember, Dubai flooded out in rain. So hopefully they had an okay time. Let's have a look at the website and see what that looks like on the old love.io. Yeah, it's a pretty cool website. I love the animations. So you can trade, stake, and bridge, shop, and earn. So there we go. There's lots of cool things on it. I mean, it's a very good setup. So yeah, do you have love to lend? Love stacking love. But the price is not finding it very friendly. It's not. Look at that price chart. Youchy, youchy, youchy. So do your due diligence if you are checking this out, because the price is telling you something. But the website itself is great, and looks like it's got a lot of cool stuff in there. So definitely interesting there. Micro tipping, NFTs. So I'm not sure how they've scaled, how much of the stuff's been scaled yet. So I might have to do a bit of due diligence on that myself and see how far they've actually gone with their rollout, because I know it was a pretty big, ambitious rollout they had that they wanted to do. So we shall see. Anyway, that's just a quick touch base there with the love.io on Pulsechain. What else there? We talked about all the rest of these charts. So a little bit of inching out, a little bit of gains on a few other tokens out there. Right, that is pretty much it for Pulsechain. Let's get into Hex Daily Stats. And have we got them out? Yes, we have. Day 1637, the 26th of May. We've got the price down here. Actually, it's got a first price update here, for goodness sake. It's had a lot of problems there, but it looks almost correct. There. Anyway, the payout on Ethereum is 7.29 Hex per T-share, so that's pretty awesome. The share rate in big jumps the last couple of days. Look at these jumps. 127.55. We're at 34,510 on the share rate at the moment on the old Hex on Ethereum. That's some pretty big moves there. T-shares down 1,900, sitting at 9,132,000 T-shares there at the moment on Ethereum. That is the ownership pool, and of course the penalties today 2.4 million. That's pretty good day in the office, and of course boost the payouts there 66.5 million in the reward pool to those T-share miners. The liquid holders up 14. The miners no change. Hey, we got a break in pattern. What's happening there? No losses in miners today. How about that? That's quite something. 117,741 miners on the old Ethereum chain. As you guys know, Pulsechain always comes out after the live stream, so it's not here today. But we've got the previous day, which I didn't cover yesterday's live stream. We've got what the payout there was 6.9, so still doing pretty well on the old Pulsechain side. No changes in share rate at the moment. This is for 2 days ago, of course. And what else? What did we say? Day 679. No, day 379 is the day we're looking at here. Day 379. T-shares up 69. Not much there happening there. Sitting at 9,426,000 T-shares. The penalties, modest penalties, 600,000. So a little boost in the reward pool there. And of course, this is the day 379. Liquid holders up 30, miners down 19. Yeah, we've had a lot of bleeding of miners on Pulsechain. It's supposed to be the growth chain, but hasn't been happening that much. At least we've had a lot of accounts, ending their miners. So 123,881 current miners over there at the moment, which is about, what did we say, 4,000 more, something like that. Then on, is it more than that? Maybe it's slightly more than that, actually. That's the play. Actually, let's go have a look. What are the minus numbers? No, we've got them over here. 117. So it's actually way more, 6,000, is it? Over 6,000 more miners on the old Pulsechain. So that is it. Hex.com, folks. Check it out. You can start mining on Pulsechain or Ethereum today. That's pretty much it. That leads us away there. So pretty cool. We've covered lots of chains. So we're going to go a bit more multi-chain. We've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB today, and of course Pulsechain, which is our stable. It's our what's that stable? Our consistent one there. We got disclosure there on Gary Network one. Good to see a disclosure. What else? Let's jump back up here. Let's get in some of these comments. Brian says the only picture I have so far is the cracked windshield that happened yesterday. Oh, that's unfortunate, Brian. Well, we hope that gets fixed up quick. O'Doyle Rules Road Trip says O'Doyle. Yeah, O'Doyle Rules. Yeah, nice one there, Brian. I like the reference. It says Brennan. That's from Brennan. I did pick up a bad day to stay in Indianapolis. The Indy 500 was today, so my hotel fare doubled. Ouch. That is harsh. Wookie says you should go see the 500. You will see just how fast Kiwis are, says Wookie. What else there? We got Brennan says, hang on, I got a phone call. You're welcome, Brennan. We come back when you can. Come back when you can. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That is today's live stream, 40 minutes. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday in the Northern Hemisphere. if you're down under, have a good day at work or whatever you're doing today. It's Monday down under. And, of course, a big shout-out to everybody. Funny, Archie says he was in Indy yesterday. So, Brian, you missed him. You missed him. In fact, maybe he was there when you were there, if you arrived yesterday. So you guys could have met up for a beer or a coffee. That would have been cool. Brian says coffee. What is coffee? All right, take care, everybody. I'll see you guys in Discord. Some cool things happening. Mafia family posting upgrade Tuesday. Dog on Bitcoin, could it be breaking out very, very soon to a new level with a big top tier exchange? Really good work from the Eros family, Marek and RD, for getting that Titan X refund. That was a very, very cool thing to see from them after one of their team members looks like they kind of compromised their project. I've seen that many times. I'm sure you have too. It's not always the whole team. It can be just one person in the team. So there we go. So that's the way it goes. All right. Wiki says join Strategy Club today with his amazing link. Absolutely. And, of course, glad to catch the show on the road, boss. Hey, Brian, I hope you're having a good time. We're thinking of you, man. All right. Take care, all, says Liz. You absolutely. Enjoy your day. All right. Ciao for now. Let's play out the Magic Up Ride on the way out and maybe a bit of cool music. How about that? Let's do it. Magic Up Ride. Where are you? Where are you, Magic Up Ride? I think this is the one here. Is this the one? Yeah, I think it's the one. All right. Take care. Bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.
It's fun to watch Hex pumping up the charts. It's left behind all kinds of broken hearts who didn't buy the dip, who didn't DCA. And now that we're on a rip, it's hard to look away. Now I'm not the one to hand out free advice, but as for me, I wouldn't dare think twice about buying a bag, since we're still somewhat down. This rocket ship's about to break the speed of sound. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. I'll tip my hat to everyone who minds. You're getting paid out while you're killing time. It makes room for a nice vacation to the beach, perhaps a celebration now that you are rich. Ha ha! Ignore the haters who all called you crazy. You studied hard while they were being lazy. Now you're packing bags, about to take a ride up on that rocket ship, mooned up and starry-eyed. I feel these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. Now that we're summer bound and the sun is bright, I see that it's not round but rather has 6 sides. It's a work of art that's written into code, designed by Richard Hart to make our bags explode. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. Yeah, we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco.